first of his, I'll just do a little bit of this, the first from his Fifth French Suite. Of how clear, and it's sort of like bells. It sounds like a really good, a nice instrument. It has a bell-like quality. And the second part of this will go on. I'm having trouble with my C. It's too bad because the big piece is in C major. I was about to show you how nicely the harpsichord trills, and I picked a note that isn't repeating quite right. Both of these instruments have suffered from the dryness of this winter, and mine normally lives up in the choir room at church, which is unheated except for once a week, so it keeps the moisture level a little bit higher. And here at the school, I brought it to my office, and I've had even running a humidifier that Scott quite nicely gave me. It's only just holding on, so it's all gone out of whack. Harpsichords are much more susceptible to temperature, humidity variations than to temperature.
Because they're all wood, right?
Because they're made of wood, yeah. And wood swells and shrinks. It doesn't matter how old it is, it's always going to swell and shrink with the humidity. But harpsichord is very good for doing ornaments. It's far easier to trill on a harpsichord than it is on the piano. And the harpsichord keys are a little bit shorter, and they don't go down nearly so far as the piano. And when you play a note, I'm going to push this key down. Can you guys see how far? Jeff, how far have I moved that key? Barely. Maybe a little heavy 1/16 of an inch, maybe an eighth on a key that's out of regulation there. That would be an eighth, because it's a little bit out of regulation. And then after that, what happens? Nothing. And that nothing, right down to the bottom of the key, is where the piano hasn't even played yet. So everything on the, yes, you push a note down, it sounds like a G. It's just like Joey, if you were to play a G on the piano. How about an octave lower? Is it the same pitch? We both push it down, but that's where the similarities end. Everything on the harpsichord happens up top on the key. The very instant you press it on the piano, you spend your life working out how to press your key and get it to sound right down at the bottom of the treble. I can hear Galina going on about play deeply into the... Digging. Right. You have to be one with the piano, you know what I mean? So on a harpsichord, you have to actually have a very quiet technique. You have to play very quietly. And my harpsichord teacher, who was a Romanian immigrant from the 1960s, who kept every ounce of her accent for part of the effect. And I came back to school in grad school when I was working with her. I came back after my first semester, and you know what organists do in December. We played all kinds of gigs. And so I had quite a bit of accompanying at that time to do, and playing at church and stuff like that. And I came back in, and I would start. You can hear the extra noise. Here's what it should sound like. And I'm going. So I'm hearing all this extra clatter, and she stopped me and said, "Oh, Alan, husband plays the piano." Because I was back to thumping away like I was before. And that was just how she used to talk, too. So,